Picture a still lake at dawn. The surface is so calm it mirrors the sky above, a reflection of serenity and quiet strength. This is the Voices of the Circle podcast, where we create a space for reflection, healing, and the profound peace of being. I'm Mara Jalga Harathunian. This is episode 6 of our series called Sensing the Soul. By the end of this episode, you'll have a practice for sensing others' feelings without losing yourself, enhancing your empathetic connections with those around you. We have journeyed inward through intuition, peace, foresight, and trust, the senses that anchor our individual truth. Today, we arrive at the sense that completes the circle, the one that bridges the gap between our inner world and others. Empathy is often described as merely understanding another's feelings, but it is much more. Empathy is a felt connection, a bridge between souls, a resonance that occurs when we allow ourselves to attune to another's inner world. It is not something we merely do, it is something we sense in our body and heart. When we truly practice empathy, our body gives us signals, an increase in heart rate or a change in breath rhythm, that a connection is forming. Outwardly, we might lean in or nod, acknowledging that resonance. These internal and external cues allow us to become like a tuning fork, vibrating in harmony with another's emotional frequency. This is the sacred sense that reminds us healing is relational, that we are woven together in an intricate web of shared humanity. What if your primary role in connection wasn't to speak, advise, or fix, but simply to sense? What if the most healing gift you could offer someone was your full felt presence? Often in our rush to respond, we inadvertently build barriers instead of bridges. I once witnessed a conversation where someone, eager to help, repeatedly interjected with solutions, unintentionally dismissing the other person's need to be heard. The moment slipped away, leaving an opportunity for true connection missed. It serves as a powerful reminder. The cost of skipping full felt presence is a missed chance for profound connection and healing. It's critical to understand that empathy is not sympathy. Sympathy is feeling for someone, often from a safe distance, maintaining a protective separation. Empathy is the sense that allows us to feel with them, to step into the same emotional river, to share the emotional vibration, however briefly. Sympathy says, I'm sorry you're in pain. Empathy says, I feel the weight of this pain with you. To illustrate this, let's consider a quick example. In a moment of sympathy, you might say to a friend, I'm sorry you're going through this. Let me know if there's anything I can do. Contrast this with an empathetic response. I'm here with you and I can feel how heavy this is for you right now. Notice how the tone and pacing shift from offering external solutions to sharing in the emotional experience. Empathy is the sense that allows us to tune into another's emotional landscape without judgment or agenda. Feel their joy, their sorrow, their truth as a subtle shift in our own body, a tightening in the chest, a softening in the belly, a warmth behind the eyes. Let's pause for a moment and check in with our own bodies. Take a deep breath. Notice any sensations you're experiencing right now. Are you feeling tension somewhere or maybe a lightness? Recognize this as your body tuning into the emotional frequency around you, and then respond, not from an analytical mind with its solutions and strategies, but from the heart with its wisdom of presence. Empathy is the soul's way of saying, I see you, I feel you, I'm with you. It's not always comfortable. It asks us to feel discomfort and tenderness, to sit with pain without rushing to ease it. But it is always sacred. It demands presence, openness, and the willingness to feel fully, even when it's hard, even when every instinct tells us to look away or offer quick comfort. The true empathy requires courage, the courage to be vulnerable alongside another. This vulnerability offers invaluable gift of deeper trust and connection in relationships. It invites authenticity and opens the door to a shared humanity that strengthens our bonds and enriches our lives. When you truly sense empathy, you might notice a corresponding tightness in your throat or ache in your chest when someone shares their grief, or a burst of warmth and lightness when they speak of joy. You might feel tears rising, even though the story isn't yours. These are your senses working, registering the other person's reality as a physical sensation within your own being. This is not projection or confusion. It is empathy in its purest form. Your nervous system recognizing and mirroring another's emotional state. Notice if the feeling carries your personal history. If so, pause and return to breath. I recall a moving moment in a healing circle that perfectly illustrates this non-verbal sense. One person was deep in grieving, weeping quietly, eyes closed. The whole room held silence. Another participant, without word, slowly and gently placed their hand near the grieving person's hand, not touching but offering a presence. Meeting the grieving person's eye first, they quietly awaited a subtle nod or glance of consent to ensure the gesture was welcome. No words, no advice, no attempt to fix or minimize the pain, just a shared breath. Later, the grieving person shared, "I didn't feel alone anymore. I felt understood without being explained." That's the power of sense empathy. It's not about fixing, it's about feeling together. It's the kind of connection that doesn't need language. It lives in the space between words, in the shared breath, and in the quiet felt knowing that you are not separate. To cultivate and correctly sense empathy, we must practice softening our boundaries without dissolving them entirely. This does not mean losing ourselves in the other person's emotion or becoming overwhelmed by their pain. It means opening ourselves enough to feel the energetic current without taking ownership of it. Think of it as becoming permeable rather than porous, allowing the feeling to move through you while maintaining your center, your ground, your own emotional integrity. Try this. When someone shares something vulnerable, pause. Take a breath. Notice your impulse to fix, explain, or share your own story. Let that impulse pass like a cloud. Instead of immediately formulating advice, ask, "What are you feeling right now?" Or simply, "Tell me more." Then listen, not just with your ears, but with your whole being. Notice the sensation in your whole body. Where do you feel their emotion landing in you? What does it tell you about their experience? Empathy lives in eye contact that holds without staring, that says, "I'm here." Silence that honors the depth of the feeling without rushing to fill the space. A nod of recognition, a gentle presence that is willing to feel discomfort alongside another, and the hand that reaches out, offering connection without demanding it. Empathy is not weakness. It's a profound strength that heals both the giver and receiver. It's the sense that reminds us we are not alone. We never were. Let's anchor this connection with a brief practice. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Inhale deeply, pulling the air into your heart space, the center of compassion. Feel your chest expand. Exhale slowly, sending gentle presence outward like ripples of water, like staying rooted in your own being. Notice you can hold both, your own emotional center and openness to another. Feel the distinction between your feeling and the others. This is the art of empathy, being with, not becoming. You don't need to fix anyone. You don't need to take on their burden. You only need to be with them in that space of quiet, sacred connection. Thank you for joining me in this exploration, the final episode focusing on our core inner senses: intuition, peace, foresight, trust, and now empathy. Together, these senses form a complete inner compass guiding us through the landscape of our own souls and into authentic connection with others. Empathy reminds us that healing is not a solo journey. It's a shared one, a collective unfolding. It's the sense that connects us soul to soul, heart to heart, breath to breath. May your soul senses continue to guide you, connect you, and awaken you to the profound beauty of being human. May you feel deeply without fear. May you listen gently without agenda. And may you walk with others, not ahead of them as a leader, not behind as a follower, but beside them as a companion on this shared journey. May you know that your presence, your felt empathy is enough. It has always been enough. Next week, we will finish the Sensing the Soul series on the Healing Circle. Before then, I invite you to engage in a 7-day empathy experiment. Each day, choose one interaction where you practice silence, felt presence. Simply be with the person without offering advice or interruption. Notice how this changes your connection and understanding. I encourage you to reflect on your experiences and share your journey with us next week. Until then, may your heart remain open and may you walk in quiet presence. Go well, stay well, and be well.